I'm in the bromance.
Thank you, sweetheart.
We get along so good.
Let's go, babe.
In a non-sexual way.
But anyway, me and Richard got to be pretty good friends. Not in a homosexual way, that's for sure.
This is Making the Merge.
We can very well win this day.
I'm a dog person now.
Line them up, let's knock them down.
If you told me your dog was sick, I'd say, I'm coming over.
I'd crack open a coconut and they'd cheer for me.
You're either in Survivor or you're not.
It's not about the $1 million. All I want to do is win 1 million hearts.
Hearts, 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 hearts.
You know, so much has changed, and yet nothing's changed at all.
Yeah.
Dude, Rudy's dead, Chase.
What?
Rest in peace.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know who was almost dead?
Who?
Jake.
Jake from State Farm.
Was he actually almost dead? We'll get to that.
No, but it was scary.
It was scary.
It was scary.
It was pretty terrible.
Hey guys, it's Jake Latimer from season 49, aka the Shoe Bandit, aka the Canadian Hulk. And you are listening to Making the Merge.
Yeah.
What a guy.
I'm really glad I asked him before now because I don't know. He's probably busy. He's probably got a lot of texts.
Yeah, well, and it's also a situation where you're like, oh, we also kind of spoiled this episode for ourselves, right? Because, you know, we're sitting on the couch, and as he gets bit by a snake, Kristen was like, this is really scary. Like, what if something happened to him? And I was like, Kristen, we've talked to him.
We've talked to his ghost.
Yeah.
Oh. Dude, ghosts freaking love social media. They love that. They love getting
that's why the Snapchat logo is a little ghost.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And make sure to watch Ghost on CBS, airing next spring. We start day 6 of Survivor with Jake and Alex. And Alex says the title of the episode, he says, we're the lovable losers. We haven't been able to catch a break. And then Jake says, we're at the lowest of the low that we could be at in this game. And he could not be more wrong.
That's true.
Things are about to get much worse.
Who can predict Snake, you know? Who can predict Snake? Apparently, Survivor can't.
Not even the locals can, from what Jeff was saying.
Yeah, I mean, these things come out of nowhere.
It's never happened before. It was something about Jake. So let's go to the Hina tribe. Christina braids small guy Jason's hair. How nice. She wanted to make sure he looked good. That was sweet of her.
I liked it. It was a good look.
Yeah, it was a good look for Jason, too.
Yeah.
He did look good, just like she wanted. And then Bran's boy Jason suggests that the entire tribe go look for the Beware, which, what do y'all think of that move?
It's just... No,
I don't know.
I think people are doing it on purpose now. It's like we all know what's going on there. Like, you want to go look for the Beware advantage.
Yeah, so but you don't want to be voted out for being
you don't want people to think that you're being sneaky, and so you're like, hey, we should all go do it.
Yeah.
We know what you're doing.
Survivor just needs to switch it up. Just a little bit. Just switch it up.
That's what I said like a couple episodes ago was I'm kind of tired of the Beware advantage because it feels like everybody's always shocked when they find one and they're like, oh my goodness, it's a Beware advantage. What am I going to do? But if someone just ran across an idol, I miss that. You know, just running across an idol and being like, no one knows I have this. I was just going to get some water and suddenly found this idol. Like, I miss that feeling on Survivor because it felt a little less predictable.
I think I've solved it. What if the Bewares end in a puzzle?
Ooh.
Yeah, the great equalizer.
Wow.
The great equalizer.
It would definitely be something they've done every time.
Yeah. But if we didn't have these Beware advantages, we wouldn't have like Rome's little feet just kicking out of the water thing. So yeah, like there's pros and cons to everything.
Yeah, you know? The MCU was not into this idea. She wanted to know how Steven felt about it, and Steven is like, you know, me or you need to get it. And then MC said she's 5 or 10 steps ahead of the game. And Bran, was she? What happened next?
She was 5 or 6. Can I just really quickly? How freaking ripped is MC? Like,
yeah.
Like, wild. But yes, she stumbled upon one in a mystery liquid, didn't have pockets, and so she had to then put the Beware Advantage that is soaked in mystery liquid into her underwear. And that's a tough way to start the day.
That's pretty rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never want mystery liquid in your underwear.
That's right.
No.
In a non-sexual way.
Great drop.
Wow.
Great drop. We're just a couple of wannabe radio DJs.
Yeah. He's not even a wannabe now. He just deserves it. Chase, you going to be okay after that drop?
I don't think so.
The Making the Merge podcast.
That's right.
So it's Uli time. Savannah is opening coconuts, and they're cheering for her because she's not a loser. And then, sorry, Andy. I'm sorry to just throw a shot at Andy, but
people are cheering now because, more because of people want, it's coconut etiquette. Like, we have to cheer because we don't want another Andy situation.
It's almost worse if you get an obligated cheer.
Yeah, that's true. For better or worse.
I would rather get a cheer for doing something, than a cheer for just opening a coconut.
I was about to say, then why don't you ever do anything, Jonathan, if you want to be cheered for?
I'm just saving up. I'm waiting for my moment.
We're going to meet up with Jonathan next time, and he's going to bring a coconut.
Don't tempt me. That sounds like a good time.
So Nate was talking about how the vibes are good, or as the kids would say, the vibes are good, but Jawan and Sage are on the outs. And then we get a really sad backstory from Sage. Jonathan, since Sage is your player, tell us why Sage sad.
Yeah, this was sad. She basically said that she has a hard time with friends, right? And people are constantly leaving her and leaving her behind. She had new friends every year with high school and stuff. With Sage's quirks, I kind of can understand how something maybe like this would happen, but at the same time, it's really difficult, to start each year and be like, oh, all my friends are ghosting me,
But Jonathan, I disagree a little bit because it's not like she said she has a hard time making friends.
Yeah,
which
but
is
it's a hard time maintaining
keeping the friends. To me, she does not hide who she is.
Totally.
Pretty right out front. She's like, show me your poop, right?
Yep.
And it's like, okay, the type of person that we're dealing with, that's great. And so once you become friends with a person like that, what is something that happened? What is she holding back on? I feel like she's pretty open and honest. What would be something that would come up that would make people be like, I gotta get out of
I think with maybe that type of personality, right, where it's really strong, really quirky, I feel like it usually goes one or two ways with people. They're either significantly more quirky and strange the more you get to know them, or you kind of like the quirk, and that quirk goes away when they become more comfortable because they're not trying to get a reaction anymore. So I don't know. I don't know if I could dive into the psychology of Sage at this
Where's
moment,
Kristen when we need her?
Yeah.
But Kristen and I both discussed this sitting on the couch. We were like, that's actually really sad, and I'm sure that she's taking that insecurity into the game of I'm going to make these relationships with people. Are they going to suddenly not want to have anything to do with me?
Yeah. I'll say it. This is one of the only Survivor sob stories that I enjoyed or at least related to. I was like, you know what? I
get it.
This is the first time I've heard a Survivor sob story, and I'm like, I hope she wins second or third place, maybe even the whole thing, just to show all her friends that ghosted her wrong. I'm so egotistical. I almost said fans instead of friends because I don't have friends.
You know what?
Hey, let's all dox a friend that's ghosted us. You go first, PD.
Jonathan.
Ooh, yeah.
Me?
Yeah,
I
Jonathan.
ghosted you
Every day.
You know what? PD ghosted me.
What about you, Bran?
Yeah. Don't say Dan.
No, I mean there was a guy I grew up with. I mean, I kind of ghosted Kyle because he was just a bad friend. You know?
Nice.
I don't know if I've been ghosted. That's really the only friendship that I've been I need to break off from this friendship because he's just not a good friend. So I did the ghosting in that regard. He also said he really liked poop, and so that was a deal breaker for me. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's a little confession, guys. You ready for this one? I'll drop this on you. not to say I'm a good person or anything, but I feel like I do a pretty good job with friends. However, there was a friend I grew up with named Nick, who he was kind of a tough guy to like hang out with. And the other day I ran into him randomly.
No way.
And he was just like, hey, man, I've tried to text you, and I haven't gotten a response. Like, he's a little awkward. And I said, you know what, Nick? Let's have lunch next week. And I had lunch with him this past week, and we had a great time.
Wow.
So sometimes it's just taking that extra step. And
so Nick took the extra step.
He came to me, and I hadn't even realized that I had really done that to him.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Very fair point. Let's grab lunch, and we had a great time.
There you go.
So Sage decided. Sage decided to go talk to Shannon and see how Shannon is feeling. And Sage tells Shannon that she thinks Rizzo and Savannah are too close. Sage sees Savannah as a huge threat because she is one. And then Shannon feels connected to Sage. She described it as a low-key soul sister situation. But
soul sister.
I wrote down Chase is going to sing the song just as a prediction, but it was Bran with the reference. So I got that.
I was waiting for you to finish your sentence,
Really?
and then I was going to go right into it. That's crazy.
I wrote in parentheses, Chase is going to sing the stupid train song.
Am I that predictable?
Was it the ukulele hanging in the background that gave it away that Chase was going to sing it? What if
Or was it my fedora that I'm wearing today?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what, Chase? I'm gonna finish my line, and then I want you to sing it.
Actually, can you start from the beginning?
Okay, yeah.
So that way it doesn't sound like you totally nailed it and I was so predictable.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to leave all this in. So Sage decided to go talk to Shannon, and I'm just going to skip to. She described it as a low-key soul sister situation.
Hey, soul sister, Sage and Shannon, Mister on the radio, stereo. The way you get bit by a snake in Fiji ain't fair, you know.
It's a little wordy at the end,
there
but
was a
I
lot
was
of extra syllables in that version.
Yeah, I was liking it though. I was vibing.
Well, it was
to
off
that.
the cuff. I had no preparation. I did not know that was happening.
Oh, that's right.
Savannah is Sage's number one, so she threw her soul sister under the bus right away, and this just in. Our Fijian reporter is pissed.
No.
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough when that happens. So, it's hard because this is day 6, right? And in, New Era Survivor, you got to start playing really quick. Mm-hmm. And I guess when you're winning all the challenges, it doesn't really matter, right? Yeah. This is one of those things that could really come back to bite you. But you gotta start trying to get your way into some sort of alliances or break up alliances or whatever you have to do. And so I understand why she did what she did, but I would not want to be on Savannah's bad side.
Bran, if
Especially
I was
she wins this season,
potentially, I think if I said hey, Bran is my low key soul sister, I wouldn't immediately go and throw Bran under the bus.
Right. Yeah. I think that would be
I would.
Yeah. Well.
That's just what I do to soul sisters.
Well,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
I was going to say siblings can be pretty mean to each other, so you start throwing the label of sister on anything, and you're like, you might just backstab them.
So if I start calling him Brother Bran, then it might get bad.
Shut up, PD.
You take that back.
Don't you talk about me.
Actually, I'm not going to shut up because we're on a podcast. So now let's get to the event that we were waiting for all week. The Canadian shoe bandit hockey-playing Magic Mike Hulk is on the shore. He's talking about how any moment could be the moment where his son is born, and to be able to win him $1 million makes it all worth it. So, moments later, Jake shouts, "Hey guys, check this out," which normally when you hear a big Jack guy say that, it means he found a cool stick or something. He...
It did sound very hey, check out this boulder.
I didn't know it was going to be the moment.
Yeah, I didn't
how
either.
Casual he was saying that.
Hey, you guys.
He didn't sound like he was in pain or anything. He's like, I'm sitting here minding my own business, and then this thing latched onto my foot. Turns out it bit him. He kept saying latched on, it was just hanging out. No. And then who is it? It was Alex who was concerned, and he goes and grabs the safety guide.
Which is a really cool insider piece of knowledge to know. I didn't know that. they
Where
had
where
a
do you
little
think it
binder.
is? Do you think there's like a tree somewhere that's a secret like cabinet with all the like the safety information? Like
I imagine, and this is crazy because I know your guys' thoughts on producers,
Right. They
but
don't
I think
do anything
maybe
according to them.
maybe one of the 20 people standing around at all times like keeps it on them.
I also thought maybe near each campsite there is like some sort of container where they keep like emergency supplies or books like that. You know, I think it's totally plausible.
it was just so funny that he pulled it out. Like
And
you
we'd never
don't
seen it
expect to see
before.
We've
Binder.
never seen before in 49 seasons. He's like, and according to the handbook, it's like what?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's one of the most venomous snakes in the world. I found it right here.
Yeah.
Dude, it actually was kind of crazy because I thought it was great that the producers and the camera crew like that they were able to at least catch the snake on camera before it just swam away, you know, because it did confirm. I mean, you looked at that snake and then
Yep.
you look in the binder and you're like, that is the same snake. Like that dude just got bit. by
Yeah.
that.
You know, one thing I loved was he's like, I got to figure out if this is bad or not. I think it was a little bad.
Yeah. Or as Jeremiah said, a snake bite. I think a snake bite. That's not good. That's what he said in a confession at first. He's like, it's really venomous. That's not good.
Yeah. That's so true though.
Could be bad, big if true.
Big if true.
Alex is doing a great job of trying to make Jake feel comfortable because he's like, Jake could drop dead at any moment
Yeah.
because of the information that he just found out. So he's just trying to stay calm with him. And then we do get medical. And what did you guys think of us getting to see the whole medical area? Have we seen that much of it before?
No,
I don't
no,
think so.
No.
Yeah, usually like and everything that I can remember, all of medical basically comes out to you.
And
It's
they
I don't
treat
think
them
it's
there.
ever been like in a situation where they have to get you to the medical booth or
Well,
whatever they call it.
I don't think it's crazy to say that this is the worst medical emergency that's ever happened on the show.
Yeah, it literally could have
Potentially,
killed
yeah.
him.
Yeah, it ended up being fine. He didn't have any poison in his veins.
Snake was just like
It was a dry
chill.
bite.
It was,
Yeah, it was
a
a
get
dry
out of
bite.
here. It was a get out of here snake bite. You know the ones.
I think it's so funny that snake, because I've never heard of like a snake biting just to bite without like injecting
Yeah.
the poison. So I think it's really funny that the snake was just kind of joking around and pranking him.
It's prank
Like,
TV with the
He'd
snake.
been watching the shoe thing go.
Yeah. He was like, bro. It's like
like
one of his snake friends dared him to go do it, and he's like,
It's
okay.
Impractical Jokers, but
Yeah. Jeff's
with
on a
snakes.
headset, and he's
All
like, all right,
right,
now
hey.
bite his foot.
but do it with no venom.
No
He'll
venom, no
think it
venom.
has venom though.
You
Let
know
me
what?
ask
Just
you
watch
guys
Jeff
this.
release the snake into the water. You know?
yeah. What? Somebody in the chat last night was like, the camera guy just watched this happen. By the way,
Well, okay,
like
but
tracked the snake.
well, the camera guy, like, I did notice this that they didn't catch the actual bite happen.
Yeah.
They did catch the snake going back into the water. So what I imagine was happening is they just weren't rolling with Jake. He gets bit by this snake, and then they're like, try to catch the snake on camera really quickly because this is about to go down.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
not like Jake was doing something. Like he was just
No,
being
just sitting there.
sad. He was just being sad. They were like, "All right, we got enough of this. Like, let's do something else."
Yeah.
And so that's tough.
I do
Um,
have something to ask you guys about this. I was very shocked when we got the rundown from the doctor and Jeff. They said it's a dry bite. There's no poison. He's going to be fine. He just got, the way that the doctor said it was the fear that it was
the adrenaline.
The adrenaline, the fear is what has caused him to feel so terribly right now. I was so surprised when they pulled him from the game.
I think it was the medicine. Kristen and I talked
Okay.
about this last night. I think they had to sedate him, and that they
Yeah,
had
'cause
to
he
put a
seemed
bunch of
pretty
medicine
out of it.
and
Yeah.
a bunch of fluids in him, and that the doctors didn't want to load him up with all of these, prevention medicines or whatever and fluids, and then just drop him back on an island where he's not getting sleep, he's not getting rest.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I think it was like both a combination of wanting to monitor and make sure he didn't have a reaction of some sort, and like Also, just generally wanting to be cautious
Okay.
due to probably liabilities or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes
But
sense.
I was really questioning that too. I was like, if he's okay, then why not just drop him back out? But then I think they mentioned that the doctor was like, with all of the fluids and all that we've given him, we don't feel comfortable dropping him back on where he's not eating, he's not sleeping.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you guys something? Don't think that I'm an awful person for asking this, because I don't think that this is what happened, but I do think it needs to be discussed. Percentage chance that it didn't actually happen. Let me just talk to Stu really quick, okay? Let's hear me out.
Okay, Billy.
Hear me out. Hear me out. He's sitting there. He's sad, right? He's like, oh my gosh, I think I might miss the birth of my child. It's hitting him. He's on day 6. He's tired. No food, right? He sees a snake and he goes, I think it's one of those bad ones. So
Rather than just quitting, he
risks death.
no, I'm like, maybe he just like took a rock and like indented, his foot so that they would be like, hey, look, I think this is where it bit me. Guys, is there any chance?
I don't.
Is there any chance that it was
always a chance? But I just don't think he would have done that.
I think one of those camera guys would be like, hey, Jeff, by the way, he's lying. We saw what he did with the rock, so don't actually give him medicine.
Yeah, I know. I think that's a great point, PD. I do. Yeah. I think it's a very low chance, maybe 0.5% chance. It was definitely interesting timing, though, right? Like, oh my gosh, I'm really sad. I might miss the birth of my child. It's all hitting him. Then a snake wanders up to him. Is all I'm saying. It's suspect.
Fiji's mysterious like
it is
That's
mysterious.
True. There was a war there.
There was a war. There were domes too.
Maybe.
But maybe. I have the inside scoop. That snake is a big Soul fan, and he listened to the Sanctuary, and he's like, I'm gonna bite this guy on his foot because he's putting the other people's feet at risk.
It was really sad though to watch him go home like this
because the moment of realization.
Yeah, it was kind of tough to watch him realize, like, oh man, I'm here for what feels like no reason now.
Yeah,
and my kid is being born. So it was
also the fear in his voice when they first put him on the stretcher and he said, "I'm about to be a dad."
Dude,
that was heartbreaking. And it probably in that moment made him like really realize, like, oh, dude, I should not have been out here.
Post-bite clarity.
Oh. You know what? Title of the episode.
That's a great.
So while all that was going on, we got Baldy saying that Jake was the closest thing to a big brother that she had ever had. And big brother. And all she can think about is his wife, who's home alone, because those three are like, hey, that's one of the most venomous snakes in the world, 10 times more venomous than a rattlesnake. He could be dead.
Yeah, they're calling her the Kevin McAllister of wives.
That's so true. That's so true. I made my husband disappear.
I'd watch that movie.
But instead of normal traps, it's snakes all over the place.
Yeah.
When Jeff was like, hey, any final last words for your tribe? And he's like, I love you guys. I want you to be the final 3. I wish I could be there to help you. I felt so bad for him. And then he's like, doctor's orders. It's a pleasure, Mr. Probst.
Yeah,
it was pretty sad. What if Jake's last words had been like, Jeff, tell them I died. Fuel their game.
I would have loved that.
I mean, we could have had another Johnny Fairplay moment, right? Like somebody died and it affected this game.
It's like just... Jake looks at Jeff and he goes, "Come closer," and Jeff leans in. And he's like, "No, closer," and he leans in real close and he goes, "If you want that in me, tell him I died."
Tell him I died. Yeah, he goes into like a witness protection program where we're like, I guess Jake died,
I'm glad we had confirmation because I said in the chat last night, if this was Big Brother and this was a live feed, everybody on Twitter would be like, he's dead, he's not going to make it.
Yeah.
Can someone set up the live stream cam in the room so we can see if he's alive?
How wild would it be, guys, if in the future we had Survivor live feeds where they just threw like a trail cam up at each tribe, dude?
Man, logistically a nightmare probably, but
not really. look, if they get some decent internet, you know they've got it out there. Throw a Starlink
they don't
out
have
there in
internet and
Fiji.
they don't have producers.
Yeah, no producers, no internet, nothing.
They got that Fijian 5G, baby.
Yeah.
Propsty 5G. You guys remember that fun bit from
I
Shaheen?
do.
Whoa. It was
Shout out Shaheen. He's my favorite TikTok live guy.
Wow.
Cool.
Guys, do you know what time it is?
Is it everybody's favorite part of the game?
It's challenge time with the Mullet Man.
Oh,
It's
challenge.
everybody's favorite really sad setup for a challenge.
Yeah, dude.
Try to make
Jake
this
might
one
have
fun,
died.
Chase.
Actually, well, there's one thing that we should point out is that he gets to fly home, right? He just goes
Yes.
straight home, and the silver lining is not only did his dad get to see him play Survivor, he also got to be there around the general time frame of his baby's birth.
Yes.
He did get to be there.
That's very nice.
How much you want to bet Jake saw the birth of his child and thought, I'm really glad I'm here instead?
Did he see the birth, or did he get there like right after? I don't know what the timing was.
It said
he was
he was there for the birth of his son.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that.
So I would say that Jake probably got home after a near-death experience and realizing, hey, maybe I should be home with my family for this massive event. Witnesses the birth of his child and is like, I'm glad I'm here.
Shout
I
out
think-
to shout out to Snake. Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
go, Snake. Shout
Jake
out
got
for
the
Jake.
best
Jake
of
the
both
Snake.
worlds.
Jake the Snake.
Jokes aside, I do think it's just one of those things that was just like meant to happen.
Totally.
But jokes not aside, I think it would have been really funny if he watched the birth of his son and was like, God, I wish I was in Fiji.
Yeah, or his baby comes out and he's like, "That's how you do it."
He's like, I faked a snake bite for this. That's what Bran thinks, at least.
I'm just
God.
saying it's at least half a percentage chance. Really, you see a really sharp rock, you see Snake, your mind's going crazy. I'm just saying.
No
Yeah.
post-bite clarity, though.
No.
No,
Hey,
that's
Chase, not to cut you off again, but
Yeah.
how funny would it be if he lands and gets bit by another snake immediately?
They're like, this one's 20 times more venomous than a rattlesnake.
That's awesome.
All right, it's challenge time with Chase.
It's everybody's favorite time.
What's going on?
Guys, it's everybody's favorite part of the episode, but not this week. Because everybody's favorite part of the episode happened right before the challenge. And the challenge was kind of a bummer this week, which is a shame because it was a really cool looking challenge. But before we even get to the challenge, everybody's on the dock, and Jeff gives everybody their first look at
What's
the
up,
new
Doc?
And what's up,
We get
Doc?
2 docs in this episode?
Oh, the doctor. Clever.
Glad you caught that, Chase. You're so smart.
Thanks, man. But Jeff gives everybody a look at the new tribe, sans Jake. And this is also the first moment where that tribe finds out that Jake will not be returning to the game. It's a very emotional moment. They all start crying because for some reason Jeff decides to go, Jake will not be returning to the game before letting everyone know that he's not dead.
Yeah, and knowing that
mean-
it wasn't a real, not a real bite, but it wasn't a venomous bite.
But we all knew they were going to lose, right?
Oh, yeah.
At that moment.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. They were like, we're gonna dedicate this challenge to Jake. We're gonna win it for Jake. And I'm just thinking, they ain't gonna do shit for Jake.
It felt depressing watching.
Yeah,
this
they did
challenge
not
the
have
whole time.
post-bite clarity.
No. But guys, for the challenge, the 3 tribes competed in the water, which was again a very funny thing where they were like, guys, it's this water snake. It lives in the water. It's 10 times more poisonous than a rattlesnake. Anyway, you're going to dive headfirst into the water.
Well, and I think it
They're
also
shallow water boys, right? Like those
Yeah,
snakes like the shallow
yeah.
water.
Yes, maybe. I don't know. They apparently not much is known about this snake. That's what Jeff kept kind of emphasizing.
He was like,
he
"Look,
just
we've
like,
been out here
it
for 10
exists."
years.
Yeah. They've never seen one. The local people that were helping were like, we've never even known a person to get bit by this snake. or
We have
seen-"
one singular picture and it's in the binder. We don't know who took it.
They're like, we thought it was folklore until this moment.
It's actually an AI generated image of what we think it could look like.
What if I said, what if Chase is the new host of Survivor? What if Jeff was like, these snakes are really attracted to anabolic steroids, so we think that had something to do with it.
It's actually a breakthrough, guys. We've got to report this to the World Health Organization.
Who?
Nice.
That was good. You almost got me with it.
Thanks, man.
Fool.
That you could also use that for owl jokes. For this challenge, the 3 tribes are competing in the water.
Who?
Basically,
Is Petey that delayed?
No, I waited until Chase started talking.
Oh my! I thought it was a delay from remote.
why do people listen to this show, dog?
Petey's got to be the one to edit this.
The Making the Merge podcast.
Oh man!
They have to go through an obstacle course in the water to collect puzzle pieces. The first 2 tribes, basically, it's your classic obstacle course. You're going through the water. At the end, there's a puzzle. There's always a puzzle. It's the great equalizer at Survivor.
You're telling me it's another obstacle course with a puzzle at the end?
Yeah, but this time it's in the water. And honestly, the blue tribe rallies for a moment in support of their fallen brother and Jake. And they're actually doing really good in the obstacle course at first, but it doesn't matter how good you do in this obstacle course because when you get to the puzzle, small guy Jason is going to destroy you every time.
Yeah, dude. Jason's a unit with a puzzle, dude.
I don't know if I'd say it that way. Do you guys?
He's an absolute unit.
Can I propose a change? A new rule?
Sure.
Okay, so you know how with challenges early on, especially. Well, if you have to sit someone out, you can't sit the same person out back-to-back challenges. Mm-hmm. What if the person who does the puzzle can't do back-to-back puzzles?
That does keep it from being like a disaster
yeah.
tribe, yeah.
Because clearly Jason is on another level when it comes to puzzles.
Yeah.
If it truly is supposed to be the great equalizer, then...
Like Queen Latifah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly right. Shout out. Sorry, that threw me. I forgot that was a show.
I think everyone wants to forget it was a show.
You can't. If you have I think everybody should have to do the puzzle, right? So
yeah.
I don't know. Just an
100%.
idea. It was an idea I had last night. I'd like to throw it out to you guys. Thoughts?
I like it.
I like it too.
so.
I think the Dance Dance Revolution guy should not be allowed to do it every time because he's dominating too much at this point.
But yeah, I mean, the same thing that happens every week so far happens again in this challenge, which is our first 2 tribes to finish. They will earn immunity, but also they will be earning camp comfort supplies in the forms of tarps and or hammocks, plus anti-snake venom.
And how were the vibes after this challenge?
The vibes were not great, but during the challenge, before we get to the end of the challenge, Alex and Jason got Kayleigh and Hina off to a strong start, right, in the challenge, which meant that Uli was on the back foot for the rest of the race. However, Nate and Sage closed the gap during the puzzle and managed to finish second behind Hina, who finished first, which means that Kayleigh is back to Tribal Council. Again, the vibes are... No one's cheering because...
Didn't even try.
Yeah, because the vibes are not great, which is so interesting because we've seen disaster tribes in the past a lot, especially in the new era. There's never been a time where the other tribes just felt so bad for the disaster tribe.
Yeah, nobody else had just almost died.
Well, yeah, I think that's the real kicker was like if there has been a medical emergency of any kind, it was like the person almost made the decision themselves, right? Like, oh, I'm so sick that I've got to leave, and like they're saying I should. We've not really seen anybody that's like, this person, they might be dead in a few hours if we don't get it handled.
The pedophile whose face almost got burned off.
Oh, Scoopin'. I almost brought him up earlier.
That is one. That
the
is
Nashville
one.
Predators.
The Nashville Predators who burned their face off. That was one that I was like,
Whoa.
that could be.
I don't even remember that.
That was Australia. It's season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2 where Scoopin inhaled the flames, launched himself face first into the fire, and then was so drugged up he didn't feel anything. And he's like, I love you guys. I love you so much.
Yeah. No, 100%. And there's been scary times with people passing out. But this is the first time that as the medical boat is arriving at the medical location, we hear the doctors yelling at the boat, "Is he breathing?
Yeah.
Is he breathing?"
When I saw that, I was like, this must be a pretty poisonous snake. And then that's also when they dropped the whole, like, it's 10 times more venomous than a rattlesnake. But
We have the book.
like, I think the vibes after the challenge were really interesting because, I mean, it's even like one of them said, no one even started to cheer and then, like, corrected themselves.
Right.
It was just silent.
Yeah, and
And,
Jeff
and I
asks-
think it's because they just felt so bad for him, dude.
Yeah,
Like, it was.
Jeff asks them, "Hey, what's the deal? What are the vibes off?" And everyone, he asks a few people, and everybody goes like, "Hey, it's not fun to watch them be in this situation."
It was like Andy opening a coconut out there.
Yeah.
And we didn't
no
even
one was
mention the
laughing.
fact that before the challenge, Jeff asked Jason if they should move forward with the challenge, and he's like, "I don't think we should." And then they still did. So
Very
shout out
funny.
Jason. But yeah, clearly there was a lot of mixed emotions, I think.
So the disaster tribe is going to tribal again. Let me get you guys' thoughts on this. We've seen many, many times early on in seasons when there's a medical evac, they don't do tribal. They don't do the challenge. What do you think was the decision making behind we're gonna rock with it? We're gonna keep doing it though.
Maybe it was too close. Like it was too early in the day. I don't know.
We've seen really early medevacs in seasons before, like episode 1 and episode 2.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
My guess is, and I could be totally off here, but like with New Era set up the way that it is, at some point there always has to be a double elimination week.
Yeah.
And so I think with him being out, that will probably push that plan out, and we just need to move forward.
I think
and
they
have
have
them go
probably a contingency, kind of like you were saying, Bran. Like,
So my guess with this would be in lieu of a double elimination week, which would probably have happened in a couple weeks.
yeah, maybe
Yeah,
before the merge or something like that.
So shout out to Jake for that because I hate double elimination. So
Stressful.
I still, Jake, you were on my team. Jake was the only one I picked myself because I rolled a 20 on my dice and I just said Jake. And somehow he is the first person on my team to go.
yeah, Jonathan got to make one decision independently of the dice, and it was the worst one he made.
Dude, but here's what I'll say. The one player I picked did not get voted out.
So,
That's true.
and you get first dibs on him in the first round of New Era Second Chances whenever that happens.
Whenever they do
I would
that.
love to see him on the second chances. Let's see more Jake.
First thing
I
I
wanna
want to
see-
start stealing shoes again.
I hope he starts dancing again. I want to go see Magic Mike Jake.
I don't mean to keep getting us caught up in the Jake situation, even though it was kind of like, the biggest thing from this episode. A lot of haters. Survivor fans are the worst fans in the world. They hate everything that this show does. It's like you can't please anybody, right? Because everyone's on Twitter now and they're like, wow, I feel like they really shouldn't have showed that emergency situation on the air in that moment. And it's like, what do you want? What do you people want?
That was
Because if
good
they hadn't
TV,
showed
man.
it, they hadn't showed it, you'd be like, oh, another classic over-exaggerated medevac for views.
Some people, Chase, like to use the negativity to get popular.
Yeah.
Mhm, like Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Yes.
She's getting plenty of negativity right now. So.
Yeah. Jonathan is a cokehead, by the way. So Alex has lost his number one Jake due to Snake. And tribal with 3 people is pretty awkward. Sophie's like, Baldy's like, how do we even do it? Like, how do we talk to each other? I don't know. And Alex is like, I can leave if you want. And then he does. And then her and Jeremiah talk. And then Sophie, she wants Alex out. She doesn't think he'll use the idol. And then Jeremiah loves that idea. Ha 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 ha. And all they have to do is make Alex feel comfortable. But they didn't do a good job of that. Because Sophie, she tried to. She's like, you don't have to play your idol. We could save it. And that spooked Alex. And then Sophie Baldy, she knows she spooked Alex because we got Baldy in the bushes. She was doing a little Tony move without the spy shack.
It's a little bit of a Rachel move, too.
Except she did it in the daytime.
Yeah. Just out there.
So she tries to talk to him again to gain his trust after finding out that he wants her out because because of the idol thing. He doesn't trust her. And her move is to go, hey, I have never cheated on my boyfriend. I have the same nail tech that I've always had. You can trust me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that Sophie gave a better argument than Jeremiah. At least she seemed more calm and collected and less scattered. Jeremiah's seemed like
just follow your heart, Yeah. And just like whoever, trust your instincts.
And Jeremiah, I think, also did the best that he could have for it.
But I also think what Sophie did that's really smart is she played both sides, right?
Yep.
So she made I suspect that, like, worst case scenario, right? In this case, is she votes for Jeremiah. Jeremiah votes for Alex, and Alex votes for her. Like, it's a 3-way tie, right?
Yeah.
And so at that point, okay, now we know. Even if he didn't play his idol at the point, now we know we can just go after him, right? I think if you are not sure what he's going to do, it makes the most sense if you're her and you feel like Jeremiah really trusts you and is going to go through with the plan, then to just vote for Jeremiah, which is what she did.
She played
because
it great.
She played it really great with Jeremiah. Like, hey, we got this. Like, let's just go after him, and then if it doesn't work out, it's it's in his hands, and we'll just see what happens. And so I think it was a really smart move on her part to kind of, like, Jeremiah didn't do that with her. I don't think Jeremiah was playing both sides as much.
She was in a terrible spot in this. I mean, it was basically like she had to make a decision that could be completely altered due to what Jake did.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I thought watching this, I was like, Sophie, if she makes it past this tribal, she's going to probably be a good player when it comes to making some, like, really interesting moves potentially. But dude, yeah, I thought she played this perfectly.
Hey, to quote Bran, Sophie's choice.
Oh, Sophie's choice. Very nice. Baldy's choice.
Baldy's choice. And then we get Jawan saying it's us versus Yellow. Let's all go look for the Beware. Come on, group Beware time, everybody. Rizzo finds it.
But then Rizzo, to Rizzo's credit, he actually did the thing where he shows everybody, and he's like, "This is a group idol. Like, this is for the group."
That doesn't,
which
it doesn't
is
work
not
that way.
what MC did. That's not what MC did. I personally, it's interesting because I see both sides. Like, if everybody knows that you have the idol, then it's kind of like, well, we
there's
might
no
as well, like,
such thing as a
Rizzo
group
around and
idol,
see what
though. It
happens.
has to be used against somebody.
Yeah.
Well, and to Rizzo's credit, the second his confessional pops up, he goes, "This is my idol. I'm just telling you."
Yeah. I mean, we have seen the occasional person, PD, that's been like, hey, this is for us, for a group of people, and when it comes time to one of them getting voted out, they do, like,
use
hand
it
to the other person or whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't Mitch do that last season?
But I try to forget.
No, Mitch got like an extra.
Maybe.
I think Mitch got like an extra vote, and he's like, "Guys, we got an extra vote."
He did it.
Yeah.
They all cheered, and it was great. I think it's, I see both sides of the way that they played it, and the fact that he didn't get, like, found out, like, it's not like people saw him and were like, "Hey, Rizzo has it." Rizzo, like, was like, "Guys, look at this, I have it." I think gains people's trust and helps you.
I know that we just talked about people and Survivor fans that hate on things and they're never happy, right? But I've got to voice this while I have a platform for it, okay? The stipulation on the Beware Advantage where it says, this Beware Advantage, you can start it when your tribe loses, then you can go on the scavenger hunt to potentially find an idol, really makes me miss just a regular idol, because I mean, you would have teams that were killing it, and you'd have someone find an idol, and they would hold on to that idol for days upon days upon days, and no one knew they had it, and it was just this really, like, interesting surprise later on that really delivers. I feel like,
or you give it to Russell on the other team.
yeah, for real. But
with a letter.
I just feel like with the Beware Advantages, like, that needs to be the top. It's just like you need to complete this puzzle to find it, right? When you start adding more stipulation where it's like it's not even like you found it, but it's not ready to go yet. Your tribe has to lose. It just feels I don't know.
That was the thing for all of the Beware advantages we found so far this season.
I know.
The only issue
I don't
is
like
this
it.
tribe hasn't lost.
Yeah, so if they we're about to get a scramble next week. So how does that work? Are they going to have to like before they do the merge, they're going to have to scramble to find the idol?
It's a great point. Yeah. How does a tribe swap change what you've already found with the Beware advantage? Especially if you go to the other beach. Like if you don't stay on your beach, like I guess it's his, so you would think that it would still apply.
Is the vote still gone?
But if that tribe, I guess they would get rid of the tribe that's lost all the things. It would be two tribes that have never lost, so the rules would still apply, would be my guess. Regardless of which beach you end up on, it would still, those rules would then carry over, would be my guess.
And then if you're on the other beach, you're just screwed for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I just feel like it adds to a weird moving piece, though. Like this game mechanic basically is like I don't know how I feel about it. I know how I feel about it. I feel okay with it sometimes, but I think we need some traditional idols put out there.
I would think to make it fair, they'd have to put another Beware advantage out for each tribe post tribe switch up.
You know what,
right?
Chase? I want you to fix it. Chase, tell us how to fix Bewares right now.
I think the best way to fix the Beware advantages is by not making them available to every tribe, just putting one on the merged beach after the merge. And that way you get to see an individual and not a whole tribe look for the together. You get to see an individual have to go through the tasks necessary to get the Beware advantage, after the Beware part. And that would probably help eliminate. But I think all of the problems with Survivor, which I was critical about people that speak negatively about the show, but there are issues with the show. People's big thing is that it's just gotten boring. But I think they just need to switch it up each season. So this season we have Beware advantages. Next season we have regular idols. Maybe there's a season where there are no idols. Maybe there's a season with, too many idols.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm used to.
He's a purist. He can't accept these things.
I think I'm with Jeff, and the new era, it needs to stay the same. We don't change anything. Everything ends in a puzzle. I think Tribal needs to end in a puzzle too. That's my note. It's like, hey, you just voted somebody out. I know it's not a good time, but before you're not allowed to leave until you finish this slide puzzle.
Yeah.
So after that, we go to Tribal. We go to the domes. Oh wait, no, those don't exist. We go to the pirate ship. That's what it is now, right? To the boat. So Alex does indeed play his idol. And who did you guys think was going? Did you know it was Jeremiah?
I felt like it was Jeremiah.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about it.
I did not think it was Jeremiah. And then someone in our Patreon chat this morning said, "Yeah, the first 3 eliminations were obvious." And it's like, am I just stupid?
Yeah, I read that.
Am I just stupid that my number 1 pick, Jeremiah, I was so confident that he could be the winner this season. I drafted him number 1, and now he's gone.
I said it was a good pick. I think we all did.
Guys, this is a segment I like to call Chase's formal apology. I just want to sit here and I want to apologize to every single one of our listeners who expects a certain quality of draft picks from each of us. Every season, I think I have a pretty good team. I've always had to draft last, but I'm not going to make excuses. I dropped the ball on this one because this was my first draft pick my first round pick. I had the pick of the litter, really.
Yeah,
the pick of the litter.
It goes to show the differences between me and Chase, because this happened to me in 47, and I lost my mind screaming in my car about how I was wronged by Rome.
I just I want to issue an apology. Everybody's in the chat. Everybody's in our Patreon chat talking about, we can always count on PD to be reliable and make it to the finals, and everybody's joining Jonathan's team because they believe in his dice rolling, and Bran has the most locked in people with his team, and everyone's just like, and Chase is funny.
Hey, they called me a clown, Chase.
And
No.
insane.
Yeah, and
The
insane.
insane clown posse, Jonathan.
Here's the thing, Jonathan. Here's the thing. They make fun of you because it's the bit. They make fun of Jonathan because that's the funny thing to do. But at the end of the day,
new
they
bit
love
is
Jonathan.
calling Jonathan ICP.
Yeah, they love Jonathan, and you know what? This is my formal apology to everyone. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna try to do better. I'm sorry I've let you guys down so much.
Come on, Chase. It's
And,
it's the
Chase.
first episode post draft. It's like somebody has to lose somebody.
It's so early in the
No.
season for us to have to coddle you.
Have
I
you
wouldn't
given
be
up on?
surprised if I lose my next 3 players in the next 3 weeks.
Well, hey, Bran. There's one player I'm thinking about that Chase has that I think she can figure things out. You know, I think she's good at sleuthing, and that she could potentially go pretty far in the game.
Yeah, don't give up on Sophie.
I believe he was setting you up for the sound.
Can you hit
drop.
the? Yeah, I was trying to drag that out.
Oh, I'm sorry. What am I hitting?
Detective Segretti is on the case.
So true.
I don't think she is, guys. I don't think she is.
She wasn't in this episode at all.
I'm losing the next 3 of my players in the next 3 weeks, and my season's going to be over before merge, guys. So I'm done. I'm out.
I'm going to be the first team in history to get medevac for every player you want.
That would be crazy.
We thought that was going to happen to you last season when Joe built the big fire.
Dude, yeah. Look, what can I say? I draft risky people, and then suddenly I take a massive risk this season. And you know what? My team is locked in. I got some Chaos Kings and Queens on my team right now, gentlemen. So
You know, last season was a hard season for me because Mary abandoned me. And now this happens to me. I'm Edgar Allan, woe is me, brother. And
Mary abandoned you for like
this is it
1
for
week,
me.
and then she felt bad and came back.
That's true.
Yeah, it was a pity. It was a sympathy return. It was like when you break up with someone and then they're so depressed you're like, all right, we can get back together.
Are you speaking from personal experience? Have you done that?
yeah, did this happen?
Yeah, with Mary.
Oh, not with Lisby.
I was the one that she wrote the song "Shoot" about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I guess that does it. This has been making the merge.
One second. I do have like an actual. I'm doing a bit, but I do have one last Survivor like thing for us before we head out. I want to read. I want to read the description of the black and white banded sea snake from the Survivor book in the episode because it's very interesting. Highly venomous. Often found along Fiji's shores or in lagoons. They are usually docile and will not attack people unless they are severely provoked.
Oh, that's really interesting to know.
What I'm trying to say is, I think Jake tried to f that snake.
Oh, what? Whoa. That's where you took
In a non-sexual way.
He tried to have sex with it in a non-sexual way, is what you're saying?
No.
And then it bit him. Yeah, that's what I think happened.
I'm going to say it gives Bran's theory a little more credibility than I want to
wasn't
give
over here
Bran.
being like, hey, he made the snake bite him. I went with
making the
rock-
merge.
I went with the rock theory, but you know what?
The book
Maybe
says
something to it.
severely provoked.
I mean, the
What's more
only
severe than
thing that I can think of, and I'll speak from experience with this one. One time was
Try to snake.
Yeah, where are you going with this, man? Chase says that, and you're like, hey, from my personal experience.
As a snake sexual. No, I basically, there was one time where I'm walking on a trail in my town, and a water moccasin comes out of the river, and I had to eliminate it because I thought it was coming for me, so I stepped on it.
Voted it out?
I voted it out. I stepped on it with my shoe. Now, the one thing that I think maybe Jake, he sees this snake, and he's like, a snake? Oh, man. And, tries to either pick it up or try to catch it by stepping his foot on, behind its neck or something like that, and it bites him. I think that's maybe a possibility that he was trying to catch it or get rid of it or something like that.
Yeah,
and didn't want to say. He's, embarrassed.
Last week, I was like, what if he bit the snake? So, I mean, that goes along with severely provoked.
What if that's how he pierced his nipples?
via snake venom.
Via snake fang.
Or it was a dry
All
dry
right.
bite. He didn't get the wet bite. Maybe he did if you listen to Chase.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, yeah, we gotta get out of here. Bran, do you have any thoughts on Snakegate?
Yeah, I mean, I'd do a snake.
No.
Oh,
Is that what we?
I wouldn't.
we
I
not-
don't know if that was the question,
that-
but okay.
I would
That
talk
wasn't
to
it?
one.
Okay.
If it told me to eat an apple, I'd do it.
There's been a lot of,
Big
there's a lot of references here.
If you tell me your snake is sick, I'm coming over.
I've got tennis balls. I have
I'm a snake
things that
person.
can help.
That's great. You're about to hear some ads that help keep the lights on here in the old studio. Thanks for listening or don't listen. It's really up to you at this point. It's at the end of the show. I mean, you're listening to me. Hi. But here they come. I promise they're coming. Yep, here they are. Happy day.